And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toe the Line with me, George Glinsky. Delighted today to be joined by Mr. Dave Thomas, who fights Stephen Evans on the 23rd of July at BKB 27. Dave, how we doing?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, how are you doing? All right?
Yeah, really good. It's been a hot minute. It's been a while since we've seen you in the ring. Of course, a very unfortunate end to a fantastic performance. You were fighting Mickey Parker there for the British Cruiserweight title, boxing beautifully, ahead on the cards, and then you get hit with that shot and you break your leg. So what are your memories, immediate memories? I know it's a horrible thing to look back on, but what are your memories of that fight?
Mate, just pure frustration, mate. I remember like being in the ambulance after and like, what, before you leave like your hotel room and that, when you go to fight and that, you think of, I like to think of everything that could happen in the fight, everything that can go right or wrong. And never ever did I think that I'd snap my bloody leg. You know what I mean? Fight that I was comfortably winning and so I've always seen them sort of accidents as a kid, like on YouTube and stuff like that. I think, oh, they're horrendous. Imagine that happening to you, and then it happens to me, and it's so it's crazy. The whole thing since then has been nuts. The recovery after, other good people helped me out, but mentally it's been real tough. They've not been able to train, been on crutches, just lost my head. You know what I mean? It's just it's horrible. So I've got real feel for people who have gone through them sort of injuries or like amputees and stuff like that. It's life changing. Even though I just snap leg and I recovered, but it's just crazy, Going from being active to nothing is tough.
Definitely. Talk me through that recovery process. You were out for quite some time. You I think it was for a broken leg. It was quite a quick process.
What, my recovery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit of a savage. I mean, the doctor said that one of them doctors said I'll never run again.
Yeah.
But I just don't listen to anyone. It wasn't long before I come out of hospital, and I woke up in the middle of the night and just thought, fuck this. I put the headlamp on and went on like a 50-mile run. I mean, what you mean? It's stupid, really. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" But I'm always very good at like listening to my body and sort of like know what I'm capable of. Because when they tell you like, "Oh, it takes like this amount of time to recover," they just say that to everyone. They don't take in the credits like what you're capable of, or your fitness levels, or how you live your life. Some people just are not healthy, are they? You know what I mean? So they've got to say that to cover their own ass, haven't they? But I'm sort of quite good at figuring what I can do, what I can't do. But yeah, recovery-wise, I was doing my own sort of. But luckily, my cousin is a physio for Cardiff Blues rugby team, so he was giving me a lot of advice. I've got my own little gym in my sort of little setup here, and so I was training a lot myself, but without using a leg, just stop doing upper body stuff and walking on the treadmill with my hands and stuff, trying to keep my cardio up, And then afterwards, just like a lot of body weight stuff. We don't want to do too much weight, like squats now, because I don't want to blow my knees out or anything like that. So it's more like just I've done a lot of rounds, sparring, a lot of rounds. So that's what basically it's all about, isn't it? Fighting. So I'm trying to emulate exactly what I was doing again.
Because of course your style, you're very slick. You're a fast mover, especially on your feet. So how does it feel moving? Obviously, movement is a big part of your game. How do you feel moving around that ring at this present moment?
I feel confident again now. I mean, when I first went back, it was a bit like it's the turning sharp, because what it was is not only my leg snap, but my ankle, my ligaments, my ankle really bad and damaged because it was. If you see the picture, my whole leg is facing the other way. So they had to like reset that, and that's what takes a long time to recover. The actual bone actually goes back stronger.
Yeah.
But the ligaments and that, and I've got a pin through my ankle. You see, holding my ankles together. But you know what? I've always had I've got loads of injuries, and I just got to keep going. I mean, it's just one of them things, isn't it? Yeah.
So with all that in mind, all that time out of the ring, all that frustration, especially when you consider your last two fights against Mickey Parker, where you've arguably been winning and you've been stopped on a cut, you've been stopped with a broken leg. How does it feel to be back? Back in the ring and fighting for a British title?
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't honestly. They offered me a fight heavyweight, and then before I had a chance, it was like, oh, we got an exciting fight for a heavyweight, and I was like, heavyweight. I'm like a natural light cruiserweight as it is. And before I had a chance to apply the next morning, they said, oh, how do you fancy fighting for the light heavyweight, British light heavyweight title? And I was like, wow, that sounds probably a bit more, a bit better for me. Heavyweight. I mean, I'd happily fight heavyweight as well. But You know what I mean? You take one shot at Bare-Knuckle, you know what I mean? From a heavyweight guy who's 120 kilos or something, and I'm like 90 odd kilos. So a bit different, isn't it?
Definitely. But you, as I say, it's very frustrating to keep saying it. You're almost the greatest bare-knuckle fighters to have never won a fight, 0-3 at this present moment in time. I keep saying it. It's genuinely baffling. But you're coming into this fight again. You're fighting for another British title, and as you see, every single time this sort of thing happens, you get the response from the fans. Oh, 0-3, blah 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 blah. Do you feel like you deserve this shot? Given the fights you've had.
Yeah. You asked me this question.
I did.
Like the last interview, didn't it? Trust me, no one is the biggest. I'm my worst critic. I mean, I give myself a hell of a time all the time. I never like pat myself on the back. I'm always trying to work hard to get better. Do I deserve it? I don't know. You should ask the people I fought. See what they think. How tough I was. I think I know there's a bit of like beef between me and Mickey, but I've got all respect for him. He's a tough boy. You know what I mean? And I know he has for me deep down. It's one of them things. It's like I would love to rematch him. But if it's his time to retire, I've got all respect for him doing that. But it's up to him. But the trilogy, he said, I saw his interview the other day. He said, who fights 3 times, but we fought like interesting fights, and I think a lot of people would like to see it. There've been fights that I think I haven't lost, to be honest, and he thinks he's won. So I think we should do it again. But if he doesn't want to do it, it's no problem. That's what he said. He saw a comment on me on Facebook saying he didn't want it, but he didn't want it because I put it out there to the promoters, and they said, "Oh, well, we'll ask, but I think he's going to fight someone else." Like, okay, so if he wanted it, we'd be fighting, wouldn't we? So I've got nothing but respect for him, though. So fair play to him.
What was that frustrating? A guy that you've been chasing for that third fight, retiring now at this point in his career.
Mate, 100. I'm real competitive. I want to just get in there and finish what I should be done the first time, or the second time. It's one of them things, just can't believe it. My luck, mate. Imagine if I'm not going to say. If someone says to me, break a leg before this fight, mate, I'm going to chin him, mate. Good luck, break a leg.
Definitely. But that was one of the things, it's hard. This sport is mentally draining beyond anything else. People talk about boxing and MMA and how draining they are. You put that to a next level in bare-knuckle boxing. How do you feel mentally right now? Obviously, you've had so much frustration in your career. You're back in again for a 4th time. You've clearly defeated some demons in getting back into that ring.
100%. I would say I've only come to realise it recently that I think my mindset is probably my strongest thing on me. I'm quite good at. I'm channeling it all into training and stuff like that. So it was tough, but that thought of coming back. I can't finish it like that. Snapping my leg. It was horrendous, but I'm tough, and I'll come back stronger, hopefully now. So
definitely. Let's talk about Stephen Evans. He's in a similar position to you in the fact that he's come off a fight that he should have won, but came off with a draw against Jay Kerr. He's being given the same opportunity. It almost, and it's a horrible thing to say, but it almost feels like that sort of last, what's the word? The last chance saloon. That's what it feels like. It feels like this fight for both of you is a really crucial fight in terms of your trajectory. Do you feel that pressure coming into this fight?
No, to be honest, I don't, mate. I don't feel like that. I just feel like I'm going to enjoy it. I think I'm going to enjoy it because whatever happens, I think I've done well for getting back anyway in the first place. Not a lot of people wouldn't have even bothered. The doctor said to me, you can't run, you can't even fight, you won't be able to fight, you can't run. So I was like, no way. Was that a good possible running shoes and that, But I never like to listen to people like that, and I just, people think, he's got 3 losses, but 3 losses, I'm never going to convince everyone, but the Mason Shaw fight, I took that on 4 weeks' notice. I haven't fought for 8 years. In the first Parker fight, well, he held my head down here and uppercut me and cut me, and I had to stop the fight. And you're not allowed to hold heads in BKB. You can make people say, "Oh, it was a cut," but I know cuts can stop fights, but you can't hold people's heads down and cut people. So that should be a no contest in my eyes. And then the second fight, I break my bloody leg, which a fight I was winning comfortably. So fairly got me with a shot, but I would have got straight back up again. It would have got to finish the fight strong. I think I would have won easy. But what? I fucking like Nicky. I respect him a lot. And I think he said some nice things about me on his last interview. He think I was being a bit choppy the other day. Well, that fight he went to, I was there. But that's just me, trying to build something up with it. But got all respect for him, fire. He's done a lot in the sport. He's tough for it.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you reckon to Stephen Evans? He's, as I say, he's had a good amateur career. He's come into this fight 1-0-1. He didn't have the best performances last time out, but he poses some threats. He's a good boxer, like yourself, a decent mover, good jab. What sort of threats do you see him posing in this fight?
Well, I'm not trying to think about it too much. I've seen him watch a couple of his fights. The southpaw, it doesn't switch. Doesn't look like it switches much anyway. And I'm just going to go in there, mate, and feel him out. Jack goes, well, I think I'm feeling good. I'm in good shape. I hope he is as well. We'll have a good fight. I think it's great. I need a Welsh boy. I like Welsh people. I'm Welsh as well. So yeah, I've got nothing but respect for him either.
Definitely. So for people that are potentially tuning into this interview, they haven't seen bare-knuckle boxing before, why should people tune into that card, and particularly why should they tune into your fight?
Well, I think if they look at the backstory of that, my fight, I think if I was to win, and I think I will win, I think it's a brilliant little story, isn't it? After coming from all that, basically starting from scratch again, building my leg back up and coming back in, and I think it'd be a good fight. Well, the whole show's going to be a good show. Some good fights from that one there. Yeah, I'm looking forward. The last show I went to. It was like the first fight I actually watched. It was just watching. It was brilliant. I loved it. Yeah, I've never been to there before just to watch a show. It was amazing.
How did that feel? Obviously, you were out of the ring at that point. It was
good. Watching it and that, it was just totally different from being fighting. That different sort of feel. You could actually sit and enjoy it. It was good.
But ultimately, it made you want to get back in there, because we had a discussion. I remember after the fight, you were considering whether or not you were going to fight in BKB again. There was talks of a gloved career, but you've decided to come back.
Yeah. I was thought about going pro glove, but I don't know. It's the bare-knuckle is it's not an easy option, but I think it suits me at the minute. My lifestyle on that at the minute.
Definitely. So finally, sponsors and thanks, people that you've helped you so much in this camp, helped you so much in your career so far. Obviously the recovery, which has been a long and tedious one. So people you want to thank for coming into this fight.
Yeah, I want to thank my trainers out and sparring partners like Mace Reg, has been a massive help to me. My sponsors, Stone Scaffolding, Lee Mills Carpet. They're not only sponsors, but they become friends. They're good friends of mine anyway, and they help me out a lot. When you break your leg, you've got to rely on everyone. You can't drive or nothing. And all my friends and family was brilliant. Everyone helped me out amazingly. It's brilliant.
Definitely. Well, Dave, I can't wait for this fight. I'm really, really hoping that everything goes well. It's been a really frustrating career so far. You've got bags of potential. We've spoken many times about this before. So, yeah, best of luck on fight night.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you very much.